Content warning. This podcast is intended for a mature audience. Contains graphic descriptions of violence and explicit language. Hello, you're listening to Pods of the Multiverse, Season 4. We're playing 5th edition D&D, and I'm Jimmy, the DM for our game in Eberron. Joining me are 4 of my best friends.
I'm Andy. I play the Green Warden named the Green Warden, who has befriended a dragon and is now on a flight through time and space. Jimmy, what is happening?
My name is Geppi. I play Alfonso Carlucci Roccatella, who is very good at navigating Escher paintings.
And I'm Scala. I play Istvan of Clan Gunvald, and they are not having it with these mimics.
It's a no for Istvan.
I'm Alexa, and I play Hematite, player of cards, keeper of stuff.
Nice.
Oh, right. We have to see what happens with Warden. Here's episode 10. Last session was very complicated. Last time, Istvan, Alfonso, and the Green Warden, now joined by Hematite, awoke at the Cat's Eye Inn, where they soon discovered that time has ceased to advance. In search of answers, they resolved to travel to the inn's mysterious 4th floor. Luciano, now able to move Alfonso's detached prosthetic arm, freely lent a helping hand. They passed through the ritzy decor of the 4th floor and ascended farther to a mind-bending chamber where the laws of physical space did not seem to apply. After successfully navigating this space, they proceeded to a massive chamber with stairs that spiral upwards and a large dragon egg in the center. As they climbed, time began to pass once more and seemed to accelerate with each passing step. Wanting to avoid their early natural deaths, they all turned back, except for the Green Warden, who befriended the now rapidly aging blue dragon, and rode on its back as it broke free of the bounds of the structure.
While everybody else played cards.
Very important.
So, Warden.
Oh, God.
You're on the back of this now very large blue dragon. It's really big, and you can look down around you, and you see you're over the jungle, and you can look out into the sky and see that the cosmology is moving somewhat. As you go up higher, it's accelerating even, moving faster and faster. What do you want to do about this situation? Got some time to think about it now.
Can I still see the door I was trying to get to?
Roll a perception check.
That is a 17.
Looking down probably a couple 100 feet at this point, you can see the spot where you thought the inn was, and you see sort of a space, sort of a ruined structure, but, you know, it's been centuries since that structure stood there.
There's no longer anything above us. Whatever I was trying to get to is now gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
above
God.
you is clouds,
Holy
and above that
fuck.
is cosmology.
I take all of that in, and I lean down to this dragon.
I believe you can stop trying now.
Oh, you're still here? How long has it been?
I do not know, but by the look of the sky, many an age has passed. But I believe, my friend, you are now free. Perhaps we both are.
And I point down towards what's left of the structure.
If you please, I would like to take a closer look from where we came.
There's a long silence as you think maybe the dragon is thinking about your words.
No. I cannot turn back now. I hear the voices of the ages, the dragon spirits. They beckon me from above.
And he accelerates
Oh, God.
higher upwards as you continue to feel this intense, rapid aging effect.
Okay.
And he gets bigger and bigger.
How far off the ground did you say I was?
Hundreds of feet at this point.
There's a parachute in an explorer's pack, right?
No. But I have a couple of ideas.
The simultaneous no was everything. No, in course.
Can I make an insight check on that? Because right now, I think this dragon's trying to join the rest of the dragons, much like I saw epochs ago them destroy the giant's capital.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
That's a very good roll. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Okay, on a dirty 20, me, the DM, will tell you that certainly does make sense based on what we all know about the cosmology of this.
Okay.
But you've known this dragon since its birth, and I'm not sure that it understands necessarily what it's doing right now. It's being beckoned.
I am going to look up in the direction where it's heading Can I see any familiar constellations, any familiar figures that it seems to be moving towards?
Roll religion.
Okay. Can I use my mote of potential on this?
Yeah, it's a skill check.
Yeah. As I look up, you see I am more crushed earth bound by all sorts of plant matter now, but you still see all of this rock face resembling plate, but it's much more large pieces rather than an entire piece. And underneath, you can see all of these vines and different plants that are holding my frame together over the millennia of growth and change that has sprung from Warden's various natural components. And you see all of the plant matter on my body begin to glow a dull green as I invoke this ability. Yikes. Oh, man. Well, that was a 5 on the d20, plus 7 plus 4, so that's 16.
On a 16, you can figure out where these dragon spirits are above you, even though they've started to move and interact in interesting ways that you've never really seen them interact before, as you feel that you are moving into the future here. You can see Chronepsis, the one that gave you the Sybaris shard. You can see Bahamut, the one that pointed out the way when you were lost in the ruins. And you can see Falazur. And on a 16... I think that Warden would be able to figure out the titles of each of these dragons. So this is the Draconic Spirit of Death and Decay.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Fuck.
Take a minute on that.
The back half of this campaign is just going to be Andy's brain catching up with reality.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm thinking I could do 2 things. Well, technically I could do 3 things, but reasonably I could do 2 things. I could try and jump off, but
I'm not Geppi.
I have a number of ways to try and survive landing, but I don't know if that will take me back in time or not, which is why I'm thinking maybe I just ride this dragon all the way to where it's going and just see what happens.
Do it.
You could drop the key and see what happens there.
That was the 3rd thing, but I don't know. Do I still have the key?
You do.
Well, if where we were going no longer exists ahead of us, perhaps, I wonder.
I take the key in my hand, and from under my arm plate, I pull a small thread of green vine and I tie it around, and I'm going to drop the key off the back of this dragon and see what happens.
Oh my god.
So now this is attached to a vine?
So my line of thinking there was to see if either that vine would regress, if everything would regress, or if nothing would regress.
I see.
Yeah, I detached it. I just wrapped a little thing and then I threw it down. Yeah.
Okay, so as this dragon ascends...
Uh-oh.
You drop this key off the back of it. Let's see what's going on in the other room.
You know what's going on in the other room.
I'm honestly going to be upset if everything starts moving backwards, because I want to see what happens.
I want to know what these fucking dragons might tell you. Like,
I know!
I want to take all your money.
All right, so Istvan, Alfonso, Hematite, you are in this small room, the bottom of the steps in front of the door that says 6. Through the other doorway, you can see the weird space-bending chamber where you navigated on the walls and ceilings. And yeah, this is a pretty small room.
As we've been playing, Warden literally crashed through the ceiling. Mm-hmm. Did we happen to hear any of that noise?
That was centuries, if not millennia, into the future when that happened.
Shit, that's right.
Roll something. Alfonso, Arcana, Insight.
I'll do Arcana. 17.
Okay, yeah. On a 17, you walked out the door. Door closed behind you. That was half an hour ago. Nothing has happened since. You haven't heard anything.
You know, Signore Hematite, while I do think you are going to fleece me for more money at some point, I may back out of this game. I'd like to take a look at what our friend Warden is doing.
Oh, well, no. It's just getting more interesting. How about we play one more game and we make some bets? We take some stuff. Look, and he goes into his pack and he pulls out...
Are you looking at a paper list of random shit in Hematite's pockets?
It's not random shit. He's got some stuff. He's got specific
Sorry,
stuff.
I didn't mean to offend. Yeah.
Rude. Hematite takes very good care of his trinkets, okay? They're very important. Hematite pulls out a shark tooth and holds up. What do you think?
That is very, very nice, Signori Hematite. But Alfonso will clasp Hematite's hand and put the trinket down. How about whoever wins this one is the one that goes check on Signori Warden, huh?
No, wait, I got something else. And then he pulls out a ruby. How about this? You ready?
Oh, that is also very nice. Alfonso
Okay,
gives a
what about-
wide-eyed glare to Istvan like, I don't think this is going to change anytime soon.
Hematite pulls out, and in his other paw, he has 2 red stones.
Alfonso, I know you're worried about him, but we don't know what sort of strange magic is going on in there. I'm content to play cards until Warden returns, because... And Istvan scratches again anxiously at their face to make sure no hair is growing there. I don't really feel well about going back in there.
I understand this, Amici Istvan, but ever since we met the Warden, I felt a need to make sure he is kept safe.
Okay, Hematite puts his rocks down by his feet and puts a big paw on your leg.
Sure.
Hey, listen, I've been separated from my friends before too, okay? It's scary, but that big rock guy is a big rock guy, and I'm sure it's gonna be okay. Look, you can hold this red stone, and you can hold this red stone, and Hematite gives Istvan the ruby, and we'll play one more game, and we'll just have some fun, okay?
Alright.
Allora,
I have something to wager, and Istvan pulls out the compass and the sextant that they made back in the giant village, and they lay them out. I know you're fond of peculiar trinkets, and these are an original creation of mine. I'll wager these against that fine gemstone of yours.
What are they made out of?
They're made out of repurposed mining equipment, but it's actually quite well made.
Okay.
Despite the rough condition of the raw material, the fine parts are in very good working order, and there's an antique quality to them.
Okay. So they're not super flashy,
Mm-hmm.
but they're clearly made intelligently. And one of them has a little thingy that moves inside. So Hematite's gonna pick that up. He's just fascinated by the little spinny thing. Sometimes it moves and sometimes it doesn't. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cool. Hematite's not even gonna look into his pocket. He just pulls something else out and puts it on the ground. And it's just another rock. He just throws 2 more rocks into the pile. And then he looks up at Alfonso, and then he looks at your other arm that's still attached to you. What about that thing in your arm? That shiny gem?
Signori Hematite, I have something better for you. What is your favorite thing? A saying, a catchphrase of yours?
I don't know. I like cards. You want to play cards?
Perfetto.
Oh my god.
I'm going to take a gold coin, put it in front of your face for a little bit, Hematite, move it to the left, move it to the right, watch you follow it.
Yeah, Hematite is just fucking following this thing. Oh my god.
And then we'll flip the coin, catch it, and slam it into your hand, and you hear back.
You want to play cards? This is the most magical thing Hematite has ever held.
Literally live in a fucking ghost hotel.
It doesn't matter to him. This is the only thing that exists in the world now.
I will wager this.
This is going to be the best game of cards ever.
All right, go ahead and roll a cards check, please.
Right, I think I got a pretty good hand this time.
Oh god.
It's 21.
Oh no.
God damn.
Scala had a nat 20, didn't they?
Scala did have a nat 20. Scala was so confident in this hand.
I saw it on your face.
So what happens there is, Istvan, you get this hand that is almost a guaranteed game winner in what you think you've learned about how this game works. But Hematite somehow produces an even better hand. Somehow.
Oh, what a hand. Yeah, almost got me, my buddy. And then Hematite just grabs all the stuff.
Well,
You almost had me. Better luck next time. Hematite briefly looks at the gem in your arm. Do you guys want to play again? Because that was pretty fun.
So how long will this go on for
God.
is what we're going to now determine.
An entire episode.
Yeah, we'll catch up with the Warden in episode 11. But
2 entire episodes.
10,000 years!
No, but seriously, it's been probably about 40 minutes since Warden went in the chamber. How long would you wait?
I mean, Alfonso's already expressed concern.
Hematite would play cards until he gets hungry or sleepy.
Istvan would play cards until Hematite gets hungry or sleepy.
All right.
So Hematite starts to say something, and then he takes out the coin that you gave him, and he flips the coin. You want to play cards? And he looks at you guys like,
Yeah, signori, it is very cool. I think I will sit this one out. There is a lot on my mind.
Oh, all right. Yeah, sure. Okay. It's fun. Let's go again. And then as we're playing, every time he's pulling out loot, he likes to show you what he's going to give you. He wants you to be impressed. He has some coins, some Brelish coins. He has a shark tooth that he shows you. He has a garnet, more rocks. You know, some of them are rough, like he's pulled out of a cliff, but a couple of them are smooth red stones that are polished and glinty. One's a garnet, one's the ruby, obviously, but then some of them are just kind of weird. So we would just play again?
Alright, I've not much more to wager, but...
That's okay. We could just practice. Like, you could take some of this stuff. It's more about playing the cards, you know? And, like, having fun, and, like, you smell the cards, and then you get that, like, good card smell. But don't eat them, because they're not good to eat.
Have you tried that before?
I'm gonna be real with you. I did try it once, and it was a bad time. It was not a good time. And then I had to get another card. It took me forever.
Alfonso's not going to do any click shit, we'll call it. But Alfonso is going to stare at the door and contemplate.
Clicks is not the only impulsive character. Clork would have opened the door by now.
True.
Alright, play again.
Do one more hand, and then we're going back to Warden.
I got a 16.
Yeah, you still beat me. I got a 10.
No way! Sweet! Yeah!
Undefeated king of cards, Hematite.
Undefeated.
Amazing.
For real. Yeah, Hematite would probably keep playing cards round after round, just passing things back and forth, but he would eventually get hungry. Hey, did you guys, like, bring any food?
No, I did not bring food.
All right, so Warden, you watch this key as it drops down behind you and spirals in the wind, and you see this long tail of vines whipping around. And this dragon keeps flying upwards, but after a little bit, you notice this dragon's not getting bigger anymore.
Oh, crap.
In fact, it's starting to lose a little bit of its size.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How does fall damage work in D&D? Asking for a friend.
D6 per 10 feet.
To a maximum of 20 d6.
Go get 20 d6 ready.
I've got things, Geppi. It's okay.
Yeah, he's got a plan.
Is it like in WoW, Andy, where like if I'm falling and I use Heroic Leap at the last second, could you use Misty Step and Saviors?
Yes.
Damn it, that's cool.
It's just like that.
No, it's not like that. We'll let Jimmy make the ruling, but momentum still exists. Misty Step or no.
If we get to that point, we might need to pause to make that ruling, because I had one idea, but I would like to hear other points of view on that. The dragon asks,
What's happening?
it's getting slightly smaller, you see, as you've dropped this key behind you, and you're continuing to fly upwards, and this key is falling down behind you.
Yeah. Now I'm remembering why I didn't want to drop the gate. We're still probably so far away from these constellations.
What was your religion check from earlier?
16.
I think that at this height, you would notice that unlike in real life, where these stars are so far away that they're just little points in the sky, from this height, you can see that you're actually nowhere near them, but that they do seem to be here, floating in the sky, maybe a few thousand feet up. A couple miles up in the sky, I'd say.
Shit. I didn't think that this was what was going to happen.
It would appear I have dropped the key.
We are absolutely just going to pass the fucking bug back and forth with this.
That is what this has been.
You what?
Perhaps I misjudged the outcome of that decision.
We were so close, but now my power is draining.
As this dragon falls back and starts flying back down, roll a perception check to see if you can still see this key.
That's a 16.
Yeah, on a 16, you can still see this bit of vine whipping around in the wind as the dragon has now turned back around. But you see that this dragon is now getting smaller. It's losing power for sure, where before it had this just massive wingspan that was beating through the wind. Now it's much smaller.
Does it look like everything else is also reverting or not?
In the sky, you can see that all of these cosmological bodies, the moons and the shards, they're starting to move back towards the places that you have grown to know where they have been over the past weeks of traveling.
The key. We need the key.
When we were flying up the first time, we never passed the door that we were trying to get to, right? Before we broke everything.
It was very near to the ceiling of that room, where the dragon not only broke through the ceiling, but also outgrew the room and stretched his wings out and destroyed everything.
I see. As we're rushing back down and I see the key ahead of us towards the ground, I think to myself in this brief moment about what the old warden would have done. The young old warden.
Yes.
The young old warden would have done.
The 40,000 years ago warden.
Right.
Or who knows how long ago now.
Given the opportunity to venture into the cosmos of dragons, the questions that he would ask, the wondrous knowledge of the ancients that he might discern. But then he remembers the Druid Grove and Luciano and Alfonso and Istvan and all of the cats.
Very well.
And he is going to try and jump off of this dragon towards the key.
This is a fucking scene from Point Break. I swear to God, Keanu Reeves jumps out of the plane and goes for a parachute. I fucking love this. Let's go.
This is great. This is fantastic. All right.
Green Warden, played by Keanu Reeves in the live film adaptation.
Oh my god, you'd be so good.
It'd be great.
That's a table talk.
It's a table talk episode.
So basically my line of thinking is here, if both of us get to this key, the dragon is just going to start flying back up again with the key. And it's obvious that all the dragon is going to try and do is break out the top and destroy the door. But if there's a way that I can take the key, and I'm overthinking this.
It's one of your first lines of episode 1. I'm overthinking this. And that was to shut a gate. In your defense, you might not be overthinking this one.
This is a real head scratcher, so...
Yeah.
That's the idea of it.
So I'm thinking, well, if this dragon just flies away, but the dragon can't just fly away because I would have the key. So I'm trying to now beat the dragon to the key so I can get back to the ground and out of the door. That would hypothetically reappear.
All that makes sense.
Even more so, grab the key, and as I'm falling, try and get to the top of the tower, the door that I was originally trying to go to.
Gotcha. So, tell me what you do.
I jump off the front of this dragon, and I will immediately Misty Step towards the key to give myself an extra 30 feet of distance.
What are you doing?
I am freeing us both, my friend.
Yes, grab the key so we can ascend.
All right, so as you kick off from the front of this dragon, make an athletics check.
Not great. That is an 11.
Okay, but you also said you were using Misty Step. So you clumsily climb your way to the front of this dragon.
What are you doing?
And then you are instantly 30 feet ahead of it. So, in front of you, using your perception from earlier, you can see this key. It's some amount of distance in front of you, this dragon 30 feet behind you, and you are just plummeting towards the ground.
Cool. I'm going to try and angle myself in such a way as to try and fall towards the key.
Okay.
I stretch out my arms. Now I just look like the Iron Giant. I don't know. Yeah.
Very good.
If I'm not directly above the key, I'm going to try and get so I am directly.
Okay, I would say with that cool flavor, I'm giving you advantage on that athletics check you just made.
Okay. That's even worse.
Oh, man.
My god. Yikes, that was a 2 on the dice, so no.
Okay. As you fall, with the key falling in front of you, dragon falling behind you, you've kicked off this dragon. You can see the dragon is still losing size, losing power. It's now not nearly as massive as it was before. It's coming now down closer to the size that it was when you first broke out of the ceiling of this structure, and it's slowing down as well. So you're now actually moving faster than it.
Great.
Since you kicked off when it was moving faster, when it was bigger.
I'm gonna tilt my head down so I'm looking back up at the dragon and just shout out,
Do not follow. I am trying to free you.
I don't understand.
The dragon's voice now, younger.
When the tower returns, if you are still above it, you will be free.
We could attach a persuasion check and see what you do there.
okay. There we go. That's a decent roll. That is a 21.
Dragon's gonna make a check on that. Dragon didn't roll too hot.
Okay.
And this dragon that has known you since it was born and is now rapidly getting younger and as a result doesn't have the wisdom
Sure.
of the draconic spirits anymore,
Oh, no.
trusts you implicitly.
Okay.
Oh, Andy. Damn it.
Okay.
And the dragon turns around and flies back out a ways away from you.
Farewell.
And I'm gonna turn back around and try and grab this key.
Notice how Warden didn't say friend that time? You gotta look out for that shit.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm playing her. I'm fucking with you. I'm totally fucking with you.
This dragon's gonna be a scrambled egg on the roof of this building.
God damn it.
Hey, Jimmy pancaked one of your Crowan soldiers. This is just the comeuppance for that. That's all this is.
So, this dragon is now flown away. You see ahead of you this key still whipping around in the wind. This vine keeps it from falling straight down, getting caught in this wind. And so you, as you fall down very fast now, are shedding all of your green bits that grew on you as you age in reverse. You're turning back into this warrior form of the Green Warden as you get closer and closer to this key. Make a luck check.
That is a 16.
Okay, so this continues to happen as you are now almost within reaching distance of this key, and you can just about reach out and grab it.
Okay, I extend my arm, and with my other hand, I'm just gonna hold on to the Chronepsis dragon shard that I still have and ask it for guidance.
Very nice. Roll religion.
Fucking finally. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Give yourself literal guidance. D4
Okay.
on that luck check from earlier.
Okay, so that was a 16, and that's 3. That's a 19.
19 will do it. You reach out and describe how you grab this key.
Well, what color was the dragon shard that I got?
It's golden.
So you see, as I reach further and further towards this key, the runes around my hand and forearm turn a brilliant gold, and you see this gold dust swirling around my hand and then my arm and then my entire body as I move towards this key and reach for it.
Okay.
And grab it out of the sky.
Yes, your hand closes around this key as you see in front of you this building that you blasted out of rapidly decomposing in reverse, putting itself back
Amazing.
together. You're coming directly back down towards it.
Fucking cool.
Okay, so as soon as I see the upper door that I was trying to get to, I am going to Misty Step towards it.
That's 30 feet of movement,
How far have you fallen?
hundreds of feet.
I know.
So as you fall back down into this structure, which still has a big hole in the top of it, you fall back down into this chamber, and yes, you do see the very top of this chamber where that door was that you were trying to get to earlier. And what do?
As soon as I see it reform or decompose, I am going to Misty Step towards it as I pass through what becomes the top of this thing.
Yeah, so this building doesn't fully put itself back together. It was still destroyed. It was still broken. It's just now aging in reverse, coming back to not its exact state because it was wrecked, but its time. And so, yeah, you are able to Misty Step towards this door. So you see at the top of these stairs this landing with a door at the very top of it, number 7 on this door.
Then as soon as I do that, I am going to use my reaction to cast Featherfall.
And you've fucking had Featherfall this whole time?
Yeah.
Very crafty, as someone that would have totally anticipated this with a deep knowledge of all the D&D spells that could exist in someone's back pocket. This would have TKO'd
I mean, we leveled up 4 games ago, and since I found out that I wasn't supposed to have haste, this is what I took instead.
So
as soon as you learned you couldn't use Misty Step to jump cancel falling damage?
This is all for table talk, but I was going to let him jump cancel, but this is so much better that he had fucking Featherfall the whole time.
If this were a Geppi thing happening, I would have had Featherfall in my kit the entire time and not thought to use it and died, is how that would have played out.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I also have 80 health, so, maybe.
We could have rolled the die on that.
20d6. What is that, 90? It's average of 90?
So this is going to be the best plug maybe ever for Patreon. If you subscribe to Patreon and you get our table talk, you will find out A, how much damage Andy would have taken, because we are going to roll 20d6 on that table talk. And B, Jimmy, you need to reveal what the actual solution to this puzzle was, because I don't think this was it.
It wasn't a puzzle. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, he did say that.
I meant last game, when we all were in the room. There was definitely something else we were supposed to do.
Again, this was not a puzzle. This was a room with parameters, and this is like Skyrim mods that just break the game.
So, just interspersing the episode with subscribe to our Patreon for that, because I can't wait to do that table talk right now.
Yeah, I want to know what was supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen? Yeah, we'll talk about it, but you're the ones who made the decisions. I just decided to not say no.
Hell yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are.
So Warden touches down surprisingly lightly. The whole top of this structure is broken. You can still see up into the sky, but as you've come to a stop, the sky has once again stopped progressing, and as you're standing still here, it's just mid-evening sunset time, and the stars look pretty much like you're used to seeing them.
Can I still see the dragon?
Make a perception check.
That's only going to be a 10.
Okay. On a 10, you don't see anything at first, and then you see this dragon still way up there, circling around.
Okay, I'm gonna approach this door and see if there's a keyhole and put the key in the door.
Okay. Yeah, there is a keyhole. Key fits right in. The door opens.
An entire episode later.
Yes. Yeah, you can open this door and you see inside a hallway of similar construction as the rest of the inn that you've seen so far.
Okay. And it's just a hallway. Do I see any other doors immediately in this hallway?
It comes to a bend. You can't see what's beyond that.
And it seems empty.
Yeah, you don't see anybody else immediately, no.
So I leave the door open, I take the key, and I start walking back down.
Okay. As you start walking back down, you can see time is moving once more backwards as you come back down, and you are slowly aging back to the age that you started at. And I think we all know what happens next.
No, but it was outside. No.
Jimmy,
What?
Don't put this dragon back in an egg.
the dragon gets away, right? The dragon gets away, right?
Subscribe to our Patreon to find out what happened to the dragon.
We're gonna find out what happens to the dragon. We're just not gonna like it.
Have the dragon make an egg check. Maybe it doesn't crack on the ceiling.
It didn't turn into an egg and then crash on the ceiling, right?
Very strong egg.
Do I see it still reverting here?
Roll a perception check.
15.
On a 15, you can look up through this hole in the ceiling and see something falling towards you.
Catch it!
And on that 15, you can tell. This does look somewhat like a blue dragon egg.
All right, let me read my spells.
Oh my god, you gotta catch it.
Can you cast Featherfall on the dragon egg?
Is an egg an object or a creature?
This is very political.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is very in line with the campaign themes so far.
Yeah, it is.
Because an egg exists outside of the dragon's body, it doesn't depend on the bodily autonomy of the parent.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
That's a very important point to make before this ruling. It's outside of a body.
So I would rule it as a creature if you would be limited by it not being a creature.
I would just jump and try and catch it, but if it is a creature, then as soon as it comes within 60 feet of me, I'm gonna cast Featherfall.
What a clean solution. That's wonderful.
All my second level spell slots.
Featherfall's a first level spell.
It is? Oh, well, then that's 3 out of the 4 of my first level spell slots.
I feel like that's very important that just happened.
How?
I don't know. I just get very nervous when all of the spell slots are gone.
I had a curiosity as to if I opened the door with the key still at the top, what would happen. That I could possibly break the room somehow and dispel this effect. But I didn't want to risk it.
We can do a full mechanical post-mortem of this in a few weeks. But yeah, there are rules here, and I'm sticking to them. The only thing I was pretty fast and loose about was the actual feet distances and exactly how much time is passing. But otherwise, I'm sticking to how this room works.
Okay.
So this egg falls through the hole in the ceiling, and you see it just tumbling towards you. And
forgive me, my friend.
And I cast Featherfall.
Yes, at the last moment, this egg stops and gently lowers into the middle of the room where it started.
And I open the door.
You open the door, and you see your 3 traveling companions, 4 really, if you count Luciano, playing cards, sitting around. Alfonso is probably still sitting there looking at the door.
I am.
And Warden, you look almost exactly how you did when they left you.
Yeah.
Hey, see? The guy's back. He's okay.
Oh, signori, it is so good to see you.
It is good to see you too, my friends.
I have 3 words for you. It's about time.
It's probably been a long time for you.
Long, strange time indeed. Come, the door is still open. Let us hurry before someone closes it.
All right.
That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it?
2 episodes in the fucking toilet.
You gotta do it all again.
Jimmy wouldn't do that to us.
I don't know what Jimmy would do after all this.
Yeah, at this fucking point.
Keeping on your toes. No rules. Anyway, what are you doing with the key?
Leaving it at the bottom for now.
Okay.
And I would fill all of them in on what happened as we're walking up. What happened to the dragon, what happened to me, what happened to the room, the door disappeared.
And then I could not scant but see the ruins of this place beneath us.
This is very wild. I would not have guessed this is what happened in this room, huh? But we are here now. Whatever's behind this door better be very interesting.
I have no doubt. Someone has gone to great lengths to keep it protected.
My thoughts exactly, Master Istvan. And I would have words with this mage.
Cool, let's go! And then Hematite's gonna run up the stairs and through the door.
Okay, yeah. So you go through this door and turn this corner, and you can see into this chamber ahead of you. It's this big room with a vaulted ceiling, very long way to the other end of the room, and a bunch of cats in here, just like before.
Of course.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
17.
I'm still pondering the odyssey that I went on. I got a 6.
6.
I got a 10.
Okay. So as you walk into this new area here, you're still in kind of a little recessed hallway. This will open up into the bigger room. Istvan, on that 17, you can see all the way at the end of this long room with the vaulted ceiling. The entire other end is a big window. You can see out into the night sky. And I think on that perception 17, you can tell that it is the same night that it was when you went to sleep in the inn. So all of that changing around of time, you have arrived now back where you started, time-wise. Also on that 17, you almost didn't see it first. In front of this darkened window, there is a very large creature sitting, looking out this window. Looks to be a large cat, orange and black stripes, and black wings folded over its back.
Leathery wings or feathered wings?
They're feathery wings.
Oh, I should have fucking guessed.
Yeah, totally. What the fuck is going on?
No. There was a character from our home game.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't know what's... Okay. I feel a lot better.
It's also a canon character.
Yeah.
Before you have a chance to walk out into this chamber, you are met on your feet by a cat walking up to you. Same general size as Hematite, walking on 2 legs, approaching you, gray and black. Good evening. How many souls are in your party this evening?
Sup? We got, a bunch. I'm Hematite. Who are you? What's your name? What's up?
Oh, my name is Jade. Forgive me.
Hey, Jade.
5 souls.
5 souls. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 humanoid. She points at you, Warden. Humanoid?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Cat. 5. Okay, that's interesting.
The 5th is Luciano.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
And I want to make sure this NPC understands that too, or doesn't care, maybe.
The NPC's just counting because they see 4 of you. Okay, have any of you ever stood before a sphinx?
Waiting for Hematite.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, of course.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Like a bunch of times.
But for those of us that say haven't, maybe a couple of us in the party have not. A Signora Hematite all the time, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just stay with me. We'll be really cool. We'll have a good time.
I think I may worry about it a little bit, but okay.
Hematite roll deception.
Okay.
Would Warden have ever? Probably not.
Probably not.
It's an 18.
It's an 18.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back then. What's your name?
It's Hematite, dude. Come on.
I've got a 23 insight on Hematite.
Hey, you know Hematite's lying, obviously.
Of course I do.
It's Hematite. Come on.
But would any of us know about sphinxes on Eberron?
Roll history.
There it is. It's a 26.
Okay, I'll just put my die back down.
I did get a dirty 20.
Okay. On those really great rolls, no is a disappointing answer.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't know anything about sphinxes.
Would we even know that sphinxes were a thing?
On a 26 history, you have heard, for sure, myth, folklore about sphinxes. Nothing that you've ever heard would ever lead you to believe that sphinxes actually really exist.
In the way we human beings think of sphinxes. Like, that's literally the understanding Alfonso would have. It's like, if I played video games, it'd be a video game character.
Yes.
Got it.
And on that 26, you would also know that sphinxes are known to exist out of time and space.
Everything here seems to, so that's not really ringing a flag for Alfonso at the moment. So even though Alfonso has not insight checked against Hematite's deception, will not warn Hematite in any way about lying about this. So
Would I have made that check to know about what a sphinx is?
You could roll history since you live here. Maybe you might know a little more about a sphinx.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Also, Hematite's an idiot. I got a dirty 1.
Dirty 1.
which means you wait.
It means there's a negative in there.
Yeah. He's an actual idiot. Oh, no. He has a -2 intelligence.
Oh my word.
Yeah, you have definitely stood before a sink before.
Yeah, sink. That's what I thought. Perfect.
Amazing.
I'm looking
Just
around
amazing.
at them like, you've never been in front of a sink before? Come on. How do you wash your hands?
How do you wash your hands? Exactly. Oh,
There's not a lot of running water in this world, but there are places where there is, certainly.
Amazing.
So, just for those of you who haven't stood before a sphinx, don't ask any direct questions unless prompted. Do not look into her eyes, and do not attempt to read her thoughts or intentions. She will squash you like a bug. Oh, and there's no need to bow or use honorifics. Just be yourself.
What is her name? What does she prefer to go by?
She goes by many names.
What is her favorite?
As I said, you should not address her. Welcome to Project Flamewind. Follow me.
What the fuck?
Sick. Hematite definitely says that to someone.
Oh my god, Jimmy. Jimmy. Wow.
Yeah.
Flamewind. Sick.
So Jade leads you further into this room, and as it opens up, you can see now a lot of cats in this room. They all seem to be these more intelligent type of cats, the ones that walk on 2 legs. Some of them are sitting at small desks and writing. Some of them are studying these scrolls on the floor that seem to be written in the Draconic language. And you see at the other end of the room by this big window, presumably what is this sphinx sitting on this slightly elevated platform, just staring out into the darkness, looking at the night sky. So Jade leads you to a small desk, another cat sitting behind this desk.
Does Hematite recognize any of the cats? Are they any of his close relations?
They're definitely not your close relations. You can roll insight to see if you've ever seen them around the house.
That's a 14.
On a 14, you've never seen these cats before, and you can perceive that these cats carry themselves differently than the cats downstairs. They are very intelligent and seem to be conversing with one another. It's almost like they're researching here among all of these draconic scrolls. So yeah, it leads you to this other desk. There's this other cat sitting behind it, and this other cat stands up. Welcome. I see you came through the Time Dragon Chamber. How was that for you?
Oh, super great. It was awesome.
It took no time at all.
That's funny. I see what you did there. No time at all. Anyway, welcome. Let's get started. Have a seat. There are no chairs.
Hematite sits down on the ground.
Yeah, Istvan sits cross-legged.
Same.
Warden, this entire time, has been staring at this enormous creature silently. When this cat tells everybody to have a seat, he stays standing.
How are you staring at this Sphinx?
You said it had its back turned to us?
Yes, she's staring out the window.
Right, so I'm sort of just looking at it.
Okay.
Alfonso would be eagerly waving so that when the Sphinx turns around, she would see Alfonso waving very happily at her.
Oh.
The Sphinx doesn't turn around.
Okay. Eventually, Alfonso will give up. Maybe like 30 awkward seconds later, Alfonso will, okay, it's not working. But it's definitely what Alfonso would do.
Warden just takes his enormous hand and puts it on Alfonso's waving arm and puts it down.
Perfect.
Warden, if you keep staring at this Sphinx, I'm going to make you roll an insight check.
I kind of want to do that, yeah.
You offered Andy an insight check? Are you fucking kidding me?
Can I, out of game, just bring up that one of the first things that Jade told us was do not make any attempt to read her intentions.
Cool. Well, I'm going to try, because that's a 23.
Okay, on a 23, as you look at this Sphinx and start to wonder what she's looking at or what she's doing here or what any of this is,
yeah,
your perception hits a brick wall.
Okay.
And you get the sense that she felt you do this, and that if you had rolled lower, you may be in danger right now.
After I sense this, I look down and then look towards everybody in the party and then back to this conversation.
Pardon me, my name is Beryl. So, there are many ways that the next days, weeks, months, years, centuries may go for you. And let's put it this way. What do you know about the Draconic Prophecy?
I hate you, Alexa. I saw your face when you were already like, oh, dude, I know everything.
I was literally about to say it. I was literally about to go, like, all of it.
Not to step on Hematite's whole ass being.
No, please do.
But Warden is having probably the most serious crisis of conscience he's had since when he was put in the ground. He doesn't know what this is. He just knows that it is the most dangerous thing he has encountered since the dragon attack on the giant capital.
Where are we?
Well, it hardly matters where we are, more like when, but to put it simply, we're at the Cat's Eye. You knew this already, yes?
We came in through the front door, for sure.
Ah, yes.
But we were not sure if this was still the Cat's Eye, eh? We go up and around and over and under and boom, zoom through all the staircases and what have you. You know, it gets confusing.
I see, yes. But clearly you found your way here, so you must know something about the Draconic Prophecy.
Yeah, we had the best guide in all the land, Signori Hematite.
Yeah, totally.
Ah, Hematite.
Uh-huh.
Hematite, I don't believe we've met.
Yeah, what's up, Beryl?
Are you a scholar of the prophecy?
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally.
Roll deception.
It's a 17.
What the fuck?
I have a +5 in deception.
Hell yeah.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, same here, dude. It's great to be here, meeting you. You're doing a great job, by the way. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Which division do you research with?
Like all of them.
All of them. Okay. I see. Your companions seem unfamiliar, however.
Oh, yeah. We're new friends, but we're super, super tight. Like, they're totally cool. They're doing their own thing, but they've got it. Also, look at this thing. And then I show the compass that I won from Istvan in the game that we just played?
Alfonso will reach over and put the compass down. As you can see, Signori Hematite, a fantastic navigator, in addition to many things.
Hell yeah.
But to answer your question, Beryl, we came here, I think, the simplest way is to say for answers. We all have many questions about who we are and what we should be doing, and this place came before us, almost as if beckoning us in. So I hope you do not consider us intruders, but in fact welcome guests.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense, in fact. So here at Project Flamewind, we study the Draconic Prophecy from a non-linear point of view. We can see the future, we can see the past, and we can start to understand how this timeline is constructed.
Sick. That's cool.
Of course. At those words, especially the past, Alfonso will look over and try to make eye contact with the warden to see how the warden's handling that.
You would see the wisp beneath Warden's helm start to sink lower and lower, and he would look down to Alfonso and then give a very serious nod towards Istvan.
I was there. I was there.
And then I look back to Beryl.
When the prophecy descended upon the giants, the liberation of the elves from Zendrick, I was there.
Ah, yes, of course. That makes sense. That's how you found your way here. You have prophetic importance. Very interesting.
I wonder, Beryl, is there a practical application to all of this study? Is there something you're trying to accomplish beyond understanding?
We're very careful about that topic around here. Her eyes dart to the Sphinx and back. We simply interpret the readings of the prophecy from Flamewind. We don't attempt to understand her goals. She studies the stars and the draconic symbols that emerge in nature, and she speaks these cryptic messages. And from those, we can start to construct an idea of why things happen the way they do and how they will continue to happen. As far as practical applications, only Flamewind knows for sure.
Signora Beryl, has there ever been a time where someone in your group has uncovered information that was not well received?
Well received by whom? You know, most information, as I'm sure you've learned here in Eberron, doesn't strictly align with good or evil. It simply is.
As someone who works with fine materials, sometimes they shine and sometimes they go a caput. I know this very well, but not well received for the purpose of Operation Flamewind, we shall say. Are there any consequences to finding information that is less convenient, for example?
Well, you can't argue with prophecy. If there's knowledge we are not meant to know, we simply don't know it, do we?
I think you limit yourself, my good friend. If you're not meant to know it, become smarter. It is a philosophical debate for another time.
I look to Alfonso when he says that.
Friend Alfonso, I think those in this room, those with their line of thinking, would tell you that logic only lasts so long. Am I right, Beryl?
Well, there must be some reason you're here.
Oh, so these guys were staying at the inn down on the first floor, but they were like, hey, is this place safe? And I was like, yeah, totally. But they wanted to check it out because they're like not from around here. And so I guess what I'm saying is, we cool? They're safe, right? They're cool. Everybody's okay, right?
Well, one would say there really aren't many who are safe from time. We all must go sooner or later. And she looks once more up at the Sphinx. Almost all of us.
We certainly would not debate that, but maybe this. What if we are not looking to evade death, but reverse it? And Alfonso will gesture to his hand with Luciano's soul in it.
Reverse?
This, to answer your question, Signora, is why I am here. I am here to bring back my brother. This is why I have trekked through the jungle, why I have endured so much pain, nearly died in the mouth of a dinosaur. Things I never thought imaginable. I have endured them, and I did it to bring him back. My good friends here are the best reward I could have asked for in the pursuit of this, but they come here for their own reasons as well.
You seek to reverse death.
In a manner of speaking. You see, my brother Luciano has been grafted into my arm. His soul lives in me, lives in this arm. I want to take him out and bring him back.
Reversal of death. By what means was this soul captured? After death, there is no coming back. The soul is taken, voided.
I do not know. I was not conscious when this occurred, but I believe it to be through some form of artifice, skills far beyond my intelligence. But again, I think you limit yourself, Signora. Your people claim that these studies are non-linear. To treat death the same way, I think, is ignorant. Just because time brings us to our end does not mean time cannot loop back around and bring us back. At least this is what I hope you can provide to me. Some answers on this subject.
I see. And this is why you study the prophecy?
I would study whatever it takes to bring back Luciano. So if you need me to sit at that desk for 8 years, 8 centuries, I will do it.
Perhaps there could be a path. You see, the prophecy shows us not just the future and not just the past, but all of the possible futures and all of the possible pasts. There are also some possible presents, but this is the one we've agreed on, so here we stand.
That terminology's fucking with me, but okay. Agreed on. Damn, that's interesting.
That room that we came through.
Yes, the dragon chamber.
Who built that?
Well, I believe the technical term would be a demiplane, used to study properties of time and space out of the context of the material world from which we hail.
I see. And that dragon.
Yes.
It is a prisoner there.
Well, it's only there for one instant in time.
Well, I do not mean to be rude, my good friend, but you see, far as I can tell, the effects of this time are felt.
Yes, and then reversed.
Signori Warden, you remember what happened to you, right?
Oh, yes. And the dragon remembers as well.
Are you sure about that?
Its memories may not be strong, but as Alfonso said, they are felt.
Well, I'm afraid we don't have an answer for you.
You could not just use a clock. You have to keep a slave to tell the progress of time in your experiments?
Excuse me. Dragon is not a slave.
It certainly is not free, is it?
I was not the one to trap this dragon. Anyway, this blue dragon is believed to be an aspect of Orion. We seek to understand the effect that the passage of time has on its, shall we say, echoes in the timeline. This dragon, from our study in the prophecy, is known to be involved somehow in the upcoming cataclysm.
Upcoming? Cataclysm?
Yes.
Cataclysm. Get it?
Oh, you...
Because you cats.
Aye, because the word cat, aye.
Fuck you. Oh my god, that's so good. Fuck. God.
What do you mean by upcoming cataclysm?
Oh, well, our friend here, I don't believe I got your name. She gestures at you, Warden.
I am Green Warden.
The Green Warden has told us that he was present at a cataclysm, and so you would know that these events are foretold, yes? But how or exactly when is not known. They just arrive right on time. Similarly, we can see that there's a cataclysm happening not far in the future from here, where we stand at this point in time. We don't know exactly when or how it will happen, but we do know that this aspect of Orion is somehow involved.
It can maybe averted?
Well, you see, the thing about cataclysms is that they have to happen.
For what purpose?
Well, I don't even know if Flamewind knows the answer to that one.
Let's ask her, shall we?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
But I do not think sitting around and accepting a cataclysm is a good idea either. Signora Flamewind!
Wait, I don't think you understand.
Oh my god!
A cataclysm is defined by the fact that it must happen. All possible timelines lead to the cataclysm.
What about a timeline where you do not enslave the dragon responsible and piss it off for centuries, huh? Maybe that timeline there is no cataclysm.
Oh, there's plenty of timelines where we didn't do that, as if that was the problem. Bravo, you figured it out.
I see I have struck a nerve. I apologize for insinuating that despite your intelligence, you cannot seem to wrap your mind around the fact that you cannot avoid problems in the future. But I think we would like to speak with La Signora Flamewind.
And I have made it very clear that this is not a good idea. Roll persuasion.
Kind of want to roll, though, because I'm legit scared. It's not a phenomenal roll, but it's 15.
Okay, wait. Hematite is picking up on a vibe, okay? He's gonna ruffle around in his pocket.
Oh, God.
He's gonna pull out a little brass bell and shake it. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my god.
Could I give this to Flamewind? Huh? Ding, 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 ding.
Is this going to give me disadvantage on that persuasion roll?
Beryl's eyes affix on the bell.
Huh? Ding, ding, ding,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Come on, it has to rhyme narratively.
This is how cats actually work. They divine the great secrets, but ignore them because there are bells and shit.
Oh, no.
Hematite, roll persuasion with advantage.
My God.
I kind of just want to take this bell and throw it into the other room.
Hematite has 50. This doesn't do anything.
It's a 15.
It's the same.
That's what I got.
Yeah. I mean, I got other stuff. I could sweeten the deal, but
The flavor was worth it.
Yeah, the flavor was perfect.
the bells.
It's become clear to me that I may not be able to stop you from what you do next.
Allow me to put it to you this way, Beryl. We would not be now if we were not of prophetic import. Is that what you said? So you need not fear us being now or us doing what we're about to do.
I suppose, but having studied the prophecy for my entire adult life, it's not out of the option that your total destruction here in this room could be why you have prophetic importance. So just bear that in mind. I don't want to be here for this. And Beryl will bow her head and walk off to another part of this area.
Whatever, we don't need her. She didn't want the bell. So weird.
Yes, Signori Hematite. Very good instincts. Speaking of good instincts, I find it fit to ignore all of mine. Signora!
You don't get a response.
I look to Istvan and Warden and Hematite, but mostly Istvan and Warden in this moment, to just get a read on their thoughts before I try something else. Seems like a moment where our party should be in alignment.
Do you want me to go touch her?
Jesus Christ.
Well, Jade did say to be yourself.
I'd totally touch her.
And you are the guest character in this string of episodes, so, it is fine. Eh?
Just willing to sacrifice Hematite.
Cannon
Right
fodder.
Istvan takes a deep breath, short exhalation, nods at Alfonso, and goes and stands before Flamewind. If my prophetic import is to be destroyed here, can we get it over with? Or if not, perhaps you can illuminate the greater purpose of us and now in the prophecy, so we can be on our way.
Roll persuasion.
I really handicap myself by making charisma dumped characters, because I like to talk. Fuck yes! 18.
Holy
Yeah, okay.
shit, yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
It was written,
Yeah, Warden comes up and stands next to Istvan.
as does Alfonso.
Hematite's already there.
Hand in pocket with the bell,
right.
ready to go.
Wait, no, Hematite would just really casually slip it into Istvan's hand, the bell.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay, I'm here holding this bell.
Like as a backup.
I gotcha.
Of prophetic import, the bell of prophetic import.
Yeah.
I gotta read something real quick before I decide what happens next.
Oh, fucking Christ, this is terrifying. I feel like every 10 minutes of these last 3 episodes, I've been nervous about what's gonna fucking happen.
Isn't it great? If she doesn't turn around, we should pet her.
Istvan, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. That's 14.
Okay. Jesus Christ. You take 5 psychic damage.
Okay.
That was 3d8, by the way.
Wow, that's crazy, though.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, that feels familiar.
Yeah. So, Flamewind, after what is a very long, awkward amount of time standing here staring out the window, turns to look at you, Istvan. And you see now, looking at Flamewind, her face. So, her front now, matching the back, this orange and black striped cat. But her face has more of an elvish quality to it. Still very much cat-like, but has somewhat of a humanoid look to it. She's also wearing a crown of sorts, and adorned with other types of jewelry around her neck and across her body. And she says, "Present once, present again." And then she turns back and stares out the window once more.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, then you try your luck with some psychic damage.
Should we try talking to her again? Do you want me to pet her? Sometimes cats like to get pet. I don't know if you know that.
Signori, this is a great idea. I will try it in a moment. You can tell Alfonso is a little frazzled in this moment, stressed even.
Hematite gently pets you on the arm.
Grazie mille. Again, a little dismissive, very stressed.
Yeah, of course.
Present again. This It's difficult for me to understand, Signora Flamewind. Clearly, you speak with intention. You are a highly intelligent being. So forgive me if my interpretation of your words is off base or nonsense. Do you mean to say we have been here before?
I would say roll insight for that one, since you're asking for clarification.
I'm trying to fucking address her thoughts, so that's good. Okay, 23.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Fucking, that's right, I'm an intelligence-based character, not a wisdom. It ain't good. None of it's good. Higher of the two was a 7.
Oh, no. Okay. You feel a sharp pain. It's not just a headache. It is a depth of knowledge that you have never experienced. It is the knowingness of pain. You know pain. And you take 13 psychic damage.
You'll see Alfonso at first wince, and the pain comes in slowly as this knowledge burns into me. And the wince becomes grit teeth, and I eventually bowl over and grab at my stomach, almost the way someone would if they had a cramp or something, but my whole body is feeling that. And then my other hand then going to the side of my head and just trying to hold it and stabilize it as hopefully the pain subsides over time.
As the pain subsides, you can feel in its wake this concept that Flamewind is intentionally obscure. Because if she were to tell you concretely everything that you want to know here in this moment, the stability of the timeline would be at stake, and everything you will be and everything you have ever been will be fundamentally changed. So be careful.
Hematite is going to get really mad that Alfonso's in pain. He'd kind of do that thing that cats do in the back of their throat when they're upset. And then Hematite would say to Flamewind, "Hey, not cool. Stop that." Because he's scared, but he also wants to fight now.
Okay. Is it persuasion or intimidation then?
It's probably persuasion. Because she's huge, right? She's much bigger than Hematite.
Yes, she's a large creature, probably 9 feet tall, sitting.
And what are all the other cats doing?
All the other cats are staring at you as you have approached Flamewind at her perch.
Fuck.
They've stopped what they're doing in this room, and they are just looking at you intently.
Yeah, it'd be persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
It's an 18.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, boy. A 16.
You save.
Oh, shit.
Nice!
Yes!
And you take 7 psychic damage as you feel Flamewind lash out at you, just in the same way that Topaz did downstairs. But this is mental.
I don't think anyone is gonna like what I do next. Hematite would rage. And swat at her.
Okay.
Okay.
How tall did you say Hematite is? Like
2 feet?
gnome size?
Yeah, 2'10".
And then he'd full out yell, growl at her.
Warden sees Hematite start to rage and is gonna try and pick Hematite up off the ground.
He's mad.
It's like a fucking stick of dynamite. You're going to throw it away.
Hematite, Warden's trying to restrain you. We can make this contested if you are really trying to roll an attack right now.
No, it's more just, you hurt my friend, then you hurt me, now I'm gonna hurt you. You're bullying us, so I'm gonna fight you back. But then Hematite would get confused if one of his friends picked him up, So no, I guess Warden grabs Hematite by the scruff of his neck.
Yeah, exactly.
He just kind of goes limp, still, quiet. He's doing the little
I set him back down and I just put a steady hand out.
He kind of nuzzles because he's freaked out.
That would not be wise, friend Hematite. I think a different approach is in order.
I turn back towards Flamewind. I don't look directly at her, but I look past her out the window. Does it look like the same sky as what we've been seeing from the cat's eye?
It is exactly the same sky. This is the same time.
Right.
Yes. On your insight from earlier, taking out the trying to read Flamewind's intentions here, this room, wherever you are, whenever you are, is frozen at this point in time. They are studying the arrangement of this night sky in relation to the prophetic movements.
Right. So picking up on that, Warden, as he's looking out the window, will just simply say,
Present once, present again. Why this night? We seem to be trapped in the cat's eye while this studying continues on. And so, why present now, this night?
and as I say this, I'm trying to be as vague as the things that I've gotten so far, seeing if that will affect this.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's either persuasion or insight, depending on what you feel like you're trying to do here.
You got that nasty persuasion mod you just learned
Yeah,
about.
I'm making persuasion.
Do it with advantage since you are beating around the bush. You're speaking Flamewind's language.
Okay. Cool. Wow. I'm glad that was with advantage. One of those was a 1.
Yeah.
The other one, though, not much better. 8 plus 7, 15.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh. Okay.
Everybody has to take psychic damage, Andy. That's the game. We gotta all have our turn.
Yeah. Disadvantage. Okay. Total of 10.
There's a roll. You take 16 psychic damage.
Cool.
Oh my god.
You just see almost like a slow tremble and then a thud of dust just peels off Warden's helm.
And as this pain fades away, you're also flooded with knowledge. More knowledge than you ever had use for. You feel your entire understanding of everything being realigned. You can feel your entire past back tens of thousands of years, back to the cataclysm, back before. And you can perceive back before this cataclysm, these hundreds of years spent as a Green Warden, guarding over the natural lands, and back to your days as Caligwesthanar, the druidic elf.
Yes. And if I hadn't had already known that, this would be fucking crazy.
Yeah. And then you're ripped back to the present. And you then feel yourself flung into the far future in a way that's familiar to you now, having just done that not even an hour ago.
Yeah.
And you feel yourself aging, and you see all of the stars in the night sky flashing around you, and you know this path well at this point, but you don't know where you are, you don't know what has happened, you don't know what will happen, and you feel yourself shattered across an infinite number of timelines as you take 16 points of psychic damage. Flamewind turns to you, moving more quickly than you've seen her move yet, locks eyes with you, and says,
"Choose wisely your path, for only one may be yours."
And then she looks back out at the night sky.
I would look to Istvan and Warden. You know, we never tried the front door, just leaving this place, which is technically true. We never did just see what would happen if we just left this fucked-ass hotel.
I think it's a nice place. It hasn't been that
Wretched
bad.
ass. Fuck this place. I'm so over it.
Do either of you have responses, or anybody have responses to what Alfonso just said?
Is there anything more we should know before we leave?
Are you asking Flamewind?
Yeah. I'm saying that to Flamewind in response to Alfonso suggesting we leave.
I mean, now you've got the game. You can roll either insight or persuasion.
I will attempt insight.
Roll it with advantage since you're not prying too far into the future about prophetic type things.
Okay. Not brilliant. Only at a 12.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Still a 14.
Okay. You take 11 psychic damage. As you come into the full understanding that what will happen next is in your control in some way. Regardless of what you learn in this room, you will leave this place knowing everything you leave this place knowing. And all of the information you bring with you forward into the future is now a part of your path in the timeline. And Flamewind turns, looks to you once more, and looks to you for a long time, at first saying nothing. And then she says,
"The inevitable can be prolonged, but not prevented."
Beryl comes out from behind a nearby column. So you're still alive. Did you find the answers you seek?
At the moment, I do not feel that way, but the way this place assembles around us, unbounded by time, something tells me when we walk out of here, we'll have been better off having visited. But oh, Madonna, what a headache.
She just sort of chuckles. You see now why we study the prophecy the way we do.
In that this knowledge has its repercussions, I understand the reason you study, the way you study. But suffice it to say, I am grateful to be going back to my approach to learning. Me and Amici Istvan will return to our hammers gratefully.
Is it time then that we move on?
Were you asking the party?
I was asking the party.
I don't know why I thought you were asking that to Beryl. Okay, it just dawned on me that that's very much a party question.
Yeah.
Amici Istvan, I am ready for this place to be in the past, if there even is such a thing anymore.
Just then, Beryl winces and looks up at Flamewind. Flamewind turns, looks at Beryl, nods, and Beryl says, one more thing.
Oh, fuck.
I can't tell you too much, for reasons that we've discussed at length at this point. But when you leave this place, be ready. For though the inevitable can't be prevented, it can be prolonged. That's all I can say. Be ready. And she says this with an intensity in her eyes.
Jimmy, did you purposefully flip those two words there?
I said them in a different order, but I should have said the same meaning. Though the inevitable cannot be prevented.
It can be prolonged.
It can be prolonged.
Right.
And earlier you said you can prolong the inevitable, but you can't prevent it.
Yes. So Beryl here is doing what she does, which is provide context to the best of her ability for what Flamewind says.
Looking to the party, we add saving the world to our list of things to do. Excellent.
I clutch the hilt of my greatsword.
Or perhaps simply prepare for whatever comes next.
Alfonso clutches his fist and gives you a nod.
Well, travelers, I do not have parting words after what just happened.
I don't think you need them, personally.
No, we don't need parting words. You're right. Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Well, travelers, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I've been holding back Hematite being like, you guys suck. Let's get out of here.
Jade, the cat from earlier, will come back over and say, right this way, and lead you to another door, not the one you came in from. And this door has a number 1 on it. Jade opens the door. You see a staircase going down.
I'm going to run down those stairs.
Of course.
It just feels like when you throw Wraithosite in a little fucking slot and all of a sudden the other entrance is there the whole time. Love it. Only this one is less out of convenience and makes more sense, so bravo.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm going down the stairs, though.
So, as you walk down these stairs, you feel a slight realignment of your perception as there's flash of light, a short darkness, another flash of light. You achieve a long rest.
I fucking knew that was coming.
Nice.
Whoa!
I mean, Jimmy's not going to fuck us over for what's probably going to be an encounter soon, and time is wibbly and wobbly enough where a long rest would make sense.
I was only 3 spell slots down and 18 health deep.
Yeah, I was not looking too good.
Istvan still has the tiny bell.
I do have the bell.
I'm not, looking for it back.
Oh, yeah, right.
Just, you keep that.
I love how Alexa said that as if it had some mechanical importance.
Because I'm taking it off my list.
Okay, yes.
Okay, that's it.
As you descend these stairs, you walk into the first floor of the Cat's Eye.
Fucking the first floor. Interesting.
The first floor. Down a set of stairs that Hematite you never noticed before.
That makes sense. Where's Feldspar?
It is now morning, and as you look around this place, it appears like it has been abandoned for many, many years.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Come on.
God damn it, I hate when they do this.
It's the time cat equivalent of being left by the side of the road.
Yeah.
Every time. They do this to me every time.
Oh no.
Oh, that's great.
Are you guys hungry? Do you want me to catch a boar?
Oh, that's all right. Here, I hold out the bell. I'm sorry.
Oh. Sweet, thanks, yeah. Alright, I'll take it back.
So grasses and roots and vines have grown up through the floor of this place. The wood is all rotted and decrepit. The windows are broken out.
I would imagine that Alfonso's first course of action would just be to see what happens when he walks out the door and get a sense of what the fuck it looks like outside. Is it more overgrown than we remembered it being the night we came in?
Istvan makes sure they have their hammers drawn as they step outside.
Thank you. Scala, I would add that as well. I would say no obvious threat inside, but as Alfonso goes to reach for the door, will immediately don the armor.
Okay. You open this door, and...
Do it, Jimmy.
You are looking right at Rizian as he walks up to this door, with the rest of the expedition crew behind him.
Fuck!
What?
And he exclaims, as if startled, and puts his hand on his saber. What?
What's up? I'm Hematite. What's your name?
What are you... And he looks back to the rest of the expedition, who are now all in a line, fanned out, just looking at you.
Do they look the same age as they were when we last saw them?
Yes.
Interesting.
When you last saw them yesterday from a distance.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Are these guys your friends?
Gallant steps out of the line and goes, "Oh, thank the gods."
You were looking for us?
Well, I mean, we gave up looking for you. It's been weeks.
We avoided them so much
Oh, yeah, we avoided the shit out of that.
that they thought the two of you were dead.
Croswell will say, "Oh, I suppose that's why the star led us to this location at this time."
Motherfucker!
Wow.
It seems Bahamut guides us all.
And you just stare at each other for a while here until you hear.
Yep. An even bigger dinosaur.
A loud screeching roar as a huge figure flies overhead. Shadow covers you all and then goes away. You look up, roll perception.
Yep, there it is.
Unnatural 20?
I also got an unnatural 20.
19.
13.
Okay. Everyone except for Alfonso recognizes that that was a dragon. And those 19s and 20s, you can see this is a black dragon.
Fuck, okay.
I cast Shield of Faith on Hematite.
What's that mean?
You have +2 to AC right now.
Okay.
For the first time, the rest of the expedition takes their eyes off of you and looks up overhead in fear. This black dragon circles back around and just lands here in this clearing with a loud rumble. And it says,
I have come to collect the soul of he who defies death.
What?
Fuck.
The one called Luciano.
Fuck!
Yes! Oh my god!
Oh shit!
that is obviously where we're ending the session.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
The joy.
How upset are you that I had to make your dragon say Luciano instead of any other name?
What happened at the end here?
Oh, just
Dragon. Dragon showed up.
We should keep that in, honestly. You not remembering what is one of the craziest cliffhangers we've ever done on the show. What happened here? Oh, yeah, just a dragon shows up.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad Hematite's still with us.
Yeah.
Me too.
Maybe cool it with the dragons a bit, huh?
If you have to fight a dragon, you should do it with a jacked cat. Self-described.
Hematite is seriously a tank. He was not made to be just a card player guy, you know?
Boy, I hope so. Pause of the Multiverse is produced by Jimmy Affatigato, that's me, and edited by Scala, with music by Andy Berger and art by Alexa Reilly. Thanks to our Patreon supporters, and a special thanks to our Holy Avengers, May, Jake, Chris, and John. For $5 a month on our Patreon, you can access every episode of Table Talk, our post-game recap show, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about this week. Thanks for listening.